And now, the turning of the worm. In the dwelling at the rear of Henry Simpson's little grocer's shop, Mrs. Simpson's voice is raised, as ever, in condemnation of her lawful wedded husband.
And to think I married you and I might have married a man. You, a miserable little thing who's not even a man's bootlace.
I'm sorry, dear.
If I only had my time over again. I'm ashamed to tell people you're my husband.
Oh, why don't you let Henry alone? He couldn't help breaking the window. You roar at the poor goat from morning till night.
No, you keep out of it. It's bad enough having a husband like him without my own brother taking his part. He deliberately picked up one of the weights and broke a window. It'll cost...
It was the spider, dear. I just wanted to kill it. I forgot it was on the window. You know I've always been terrified of spiders. I've got to kill them or scream.
You could have waited till it got off the window.
I know, but I can't help it. When I see one, I've got to kill it. And it might have got away. I'm sorry I broke the window.
I'll make you sorry. From the very first day I married you...
Oh, I'm getting out of this. Where's the evening paper?
In the kitchen. You keep your nose out of my business.
If I was Henry, I'd let you have a straight left and shut you up. Why don't you hit her, Henry?
Oh, dear,
Him? Couldn't hurt a fly.
Yeah, well, it'd do you a power of good if you did stop one. You take my tip, Henry. You do it. In the kitchen, the paper, is it?
And now you were. I'm going to tell you a few things about yourself. And don't stand staring at me like that either. I married you in the first place because I was sorry for you. I thought I might make a man of you, but nobody could. You've just turned out to be... Oh! You struck my face.
Yes, I...
No, please, Henry, don't do it again. I never thought you would.
Come here.
No, Henry, don't hit me again.
I'm not going to hit you again.
I never thought you'd do it.
I'll
be different. Honest, I will, Henry, please. From now on.
Well, all right, you remember to be.
Oh, I will, I promise, yes. No, there's Joe.
Well, what's up?
He smacked my face. Henry did. I never thought he would.
Well, it's what he should have done years ago.
I mean, this is all our affair, Joe. I'll deal with it. Martha, go into the kitchen and make me a cup of tea.
Yes, Henry.
And go through to the shop and get me some of those biscuits I like.
Yes, Henry.
And make it snappy.
Yes, Henry, I'll do it straight away.
And listen.
Yes, Henry.
When I say a cup of tea, I mean a cup of tea, not coloured hot water.
Oh, no, Henry.
Well, Henry, old chap, the age of miracles isn't yet past. You actually hit her.
Yes, I did.
On the face?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. And I'm beginning to think you're right. I should have done it years ago.
Well, look at the difference in her. You'll have her bluff now for the rest of her life. You'll only have to threaten her. I don't think she ever had such a shock before.
I don't think she did either.
Talk about the worm turning right across the face. Well, what beats me is how you plucked up the courage to do it.
Well, as a matter of fact, I never smacked her face at all. What actually happened was I saw one of those spiders. It was crawling up the collar of her dress towards her face. Well, I nearly died. I just made a bang at the spider. Oh, but I'll never tell her that.
And now, the CIB man. The slack off-peak of the city shopping time. Outside a jeweller's shop, a man and a woman talk in hushed tones.
Seems risky to me, Bunny.
How risky may I? It's all done so fast, you don't have time to think, see? Now, it's all up to you, if your part was done right.
I did my part all right. This morning I looked at a tray of rings. I said if I decided on the one we want, I'd be back at 4 p.m.
Fine. Then you can leave the rest to me. Now, look, it's 3 minutes to 4. Come to the shop at 1 minute past. And act. You hear me? Act. And just leave the rest to me. See you in jail, kidden.
Good afternoon, sir. Can I show you something?
My card.
Detective Inspector Hardingham, CIB. Oh, is something wrong, sir?
Listen, I'm after a woman who's pulling a fast one on city jewelers. She's about 5'4", very well dressed, fur coat, lots of rings on her fingers, dark hair, dark eyes.
Well, she was in here this morning, sir.
Yes, I was tipped off. She came in, looked at an expensive ring, then she said she wanted to look at some elsewhere, right?
Oh, quite right, sir.
And if she was going to take yours, she'd be back at 4 p.m. Is that correct?
Quite correct, Inspector Hardingham, quite correct. She asked me to put a ring on one side. A very valuable ring, worth all of £300.
And it's almost 4 o'clock now. Now, it's my guess she'll try and pay you with a check. It won't be worth the paper it's written on, but take it.
I think this is the woman coming in now, sir.
I'll go and attend to her. I'll keep my eye on you.
I'm really in a dreadful hurry, but after the rubbish I've looked at all day, I'm prepared to settle for the ring I saw this morning.
Yes, madam.
You didn't sell it, did you?
No, madam, it's right here.
Ah, yes, it's quite lovely. Quite lovely. How much was it again?
£300, madam.
You will take a cheque, of course, won't you? I don't like carrying vast amounts of money. I'm so careless with it, you know. That is all right, I presume.
Quite all right, madam.
Have you a pen, young man?
Here.
Ah. And there we are. No, don't bother wrapping it. I'll wear it. My, it really is quite lovely.
You're under arrest, madam.
What? But...
Passing valueless checks, obtaining a ring by false pretenses.
All right, I admit it.
No, don't take it off, madam. Leave it there. I want the police photographer to take a shot of you wearing that ring. Now, if you'll bring that check along to the station later, young man, we'll see you get back the ring, right?
I understand perfectly, Inspector Hardingham.
All right, young lady. Come on, let's go.
This gun is loaded, Inspector.
What? No, what?
I suggest you both come back here while I ring for the police.
Listen, what's the big idea? If this is some kind of joke...
Obstructing a police officer in the execution of his duty, that's a pretty stiff charge. You realize that?
Well, you've even got the jargon pat, haven't you? Hello, police? This is Harrison's Jewelry Store, 55 Main Street. Would you send someone over right away? Yes, it's urgent.
I told you we'd never pull it off, Bunny.
But you would have pulled it off. Any other police officer but Detective Inspector Hardingham would have done.
You mean you know Hardingham?
Know him? I'm engaged to his daughter.